I feel like I'm pretty late to the game when it comes to talking about stimulus checks, but to be honest with you guys, I just recently received mine, and I was more of those later people that received it because I owed taxes this year. So first they had to take out those taxes, then they gave me the stimulus check after a few weeks. And that's typically a whole lot later after everybody else has gotten it. And I know some people still haven't received their checks yet, and some people actually who have received their checks who are no longer living. So hopefully your check is on the way or you've already received it. And this is how I am going to use my stimulus check, and I'm going to share some tips a little bit towards the end of this video on how you can use your stimulus check to best benefit you financially and get you forward. I am going to use my stimulus check to save money. So I'm going to put $400, which is going to go straight to the e-fund, and that's not going to get touched. I met my $2,000 goal, and that is how I was able to meet that goal, was by putting some of that money that came from the stimulus check into my savings account directly and transfer it externally from one bank to another. The remaining amount, which is $800, is going to go towards my reserve account. Now, I know I could put it into another savings account or to the same savings account I have with my emergency fund, but this is money that I will eventually touch before they release the interest for every single loan back and tackle it on again. I am going to be using this money to pay off debt. But for now, it's not going to get touched in my reserve. I know not to touch it, even though I know that some people have a hard time keeping their hands away from money. I have been disciplined enough to just keep it in there and not touch it at all. Now, I do know that emergencies do happen, and sometimes you need a little bit of extra money during this time. But for me, I am fortunately blessed that I don't need right now. I have enough of what we need and want. I am getting paid right now, which means that this stimulus check for me is an excess. It's not necessary, which is something that I couldn't have said 2 years ago if this would have been happening. I have an emergency fund and it has been fully funded. I have paused baby step 2 right now because I decided that until I go back to work or until the interests are officially tacked back onto these loans, I will be making a student loan payment, a huge one, paying off student loan number 7, and hopefully done paying off student loan number 2 as well before 9/30th. The 9/30th is the date that the interest will be tacked back on again, and I want to at least be able to pay off 2 loans by then, which is going to take a lot of sacrifice, a lot of discipline, but it is going to happen. I am going to be using my stimulus check this way, and I know that a lot of people are realizing the importance of saving money right now during this pandemic that is going on, and I'm so happy that they are. I'm glad to see that more people are recommending to save this money than to spend it, and I'm glad that people are building their emergency fund or starting it if they haven't already started. I want to encourage all of you to do so as well. So these are the ways that you can use your stimulus check. The first way I would encourage is to pay off some of your 4 walls and to maintain those 4 walls. So if you are backdated and behind rent or behind some electricity bills or such, then please go ahead and take this money to secure your 4 walls and maintain them, because that's what this money is for. And for those of you that are all right financially when it comes to these 4 walls and maintaining them and are still getting paid, then I would say save the money. I'm saving it, and I think you should too. The next way that I say that you can spend this money is to pay debt. Now, I know this is not going to be a popular option for many people. They are pausing their debt journey, and I am too. But if you are receiving money and you feel secure in doing so, and you maintain your four walls, and you have a fully funded emergency fund, then go ahead and keep paying off that debt, because it's only going to advance your debt-free journey that much further. The next way that you can use this money is to invest. Now, I know there are a lot of people who are very ambiguous when it comes to the stock market and what's going on right now, and obviously it is affecting everybody and everything financially, especially our economy right now. But I say, if you can invest and you've researched enough to invest, then go ahead and do so in a very smart way. Life insurance, wills, and any other financial things that will help you in the future, it is a good investment to use this stimulus money to do so now, because right now things are very affordable when it comes to the investment field. Research before you get into investing. Learn about 401ks and Roth IRAs, and maybe open up those kind of accounts if you haven't already done so. And there's so many people out there that really need help. And if you feel like this money isn't something that you need and you can help others, I encourage you to do so. And that is a very selfless act to do right now, especially given the times when there is just an enormous amount of need out there. Your neighbor might need, your small business might need. Go ahead and do the research and look into who needs right now and how you can help. And that is the best way to really fully optimize this money, is to really help others in need, especially if you're in a good financial place and you feel like you don't absolutely need this money right now. The last way that I will encourage anybody to use this money right now is to spend it on yourself responsibly. Now, what do I mean by that? Obviously, investing money, saving money, and maintaining your four walls and paying down debt is an investment on your life. This is a different investment. I mean, if you have always wanted to pick up a hobby and it costs money and you've always put it aside, but you really want to get into this hobby or to this business, I would encourage you to do so and to use that money to give you a foot in the door. And for those that, let's just say on a smaller scale, might not want to spend that much money, might not want to get into business right now because it is a topsy-turvy time, but you can do little things, like even something as small as investing in some self-care things. Like for me, I've always wanted to really look into some skincare routine for just my body and my face, but I haven't had the time or the money, and I've been putting it aside because I really want to save up to do that. Obviously, there's some products that are a lot more expensive and some things that are a lot more expensive to do to take care of yourself. But if you can physically, mentally, emotionally take care of yourself during this time with that money, I say, even though it's an unpopular opinion, to go ahead and do so. Because sometimes we really need to take care of ourselves and we forget to do that too. We forget that we are important and we prioritize everybody else. These are the ways that you can stretch your stimulus check if you haven't already decided on what to do with it. I've talked to you guys about what I've decided to do, and that is what I'm going to stick to doing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Share it with those that you know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to turn that post notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. And until next time, y'all, bye!